Welcome in, everyone. The time has finally come for me to tell you what I think is going to happen at Miss World this year. I am extremely excited to be making this video, although I am not as pleased with my list as I would usually be under different circumstances. Let me tell you why. Do you guys remember in 2018 when it was explicitly stated by the Miss World organization that there would be a regional top 5? I think they're doing that again this year. In 2019, it just so happened that the top 5 consisted of women from the 5 different regions that they like to use. And this year, I don't think it's going to be any different. I think this year, the top 5 is going to consist of 1 woman from the Americas, 1 woman from the Caribbean, 1 woman from Europe, 1 from Africa, and 1 from Asia. Now, is this unfair? I definitely think it's not necessarily the best, especially for countries who are only aiming to place and for whom it is a huge honor to even land in the top 5. For me, I would have liked to see multiple countries from Africa in the top 5 this year. I think the most deserving of which, of course, Ivory Coast, Botswana, South Africa. And then we also have the Asian problem where we have India and the Philippines both being equally deserving. So definitely, I think that having a regional top 5 is just not the way to go about things. I understand you want to be inclusive and include the entire world basically for when one of the contestants sing the World in Union song, you know. But I just think it's a bit unfair for countries who are only aiming to place top 5. You will never truly know who was a top 5 contestant and who wasn't this way because of this regional divide. And I feel like it sort of contradicts the purpose of bringing people together, because now you are dividing people into little regional boxes. You know what I mean? I just think it's kind of stupid, but I just wanted to preface this video by saying that I did end up constructing my list this way just because odds are it's going to end up this way. I have been talking to a top 40 contestant, and even she admitted that she thinks that it's going to be this, sort of format this year again, which I was very sad about for the reasons I mentioned. But without further ado, I am rambling on way too much. Let me first tell you who my favorite contestants are from each region, and then I will start talking about my top 12 and then my top 5 and then who I think should win or will probably win. So from the Americas this year, I've mentioned before, my favorites are definitely Venezuela and the United States. But also, I do think that Mexico is a strong contestant this year. I just think that for me, in my personal opinion, with my personal taste, she's not necessarily my fave the way that the United States and Venezuela is. So for me, it was very difficult to choose between the United States and Venezuela for my top 5, but you guys will eventually see who I ended up choosing. From Africa, oh my gosh, I have so many girls who I adore from Africa. Of course, being from Africa myself, I am hoping for an African win this year. We have so many strong girls at Miss World this year. I mean, the Ivory Coast, oh my goodness, definitely one of the faves, not only for myself, but worldwide. I know she has a lot of people standing hard for her. Then we also have my birth country, South Africa, Shirifadzu Musida. You guys know that I have loved her for the longest time. I actually started my channel talking about Miss South Africa 2020, so I'm excited to see her finally competing. Oh my goodness, it has been so long. She has had so long to prepare. And then lastly, we have Botswana. Oh my gosh, my neighboring country. As you guys know, I live in Namibia, and before that I lived in South Africa. So Botswana has always been my neighboring country. Definitely has a very warm place in my heart. And obviously their contestant this year is nothing but remarkable. She made top 40 through the head-to-head challenge. She's definitely an intelligent woman, an intelligent speaker no less, and I am very excited to see where she's going to place at Miss World this year. You guys know that Europe isn't necessarily the strongest continent when it comes to pageantry nowadays, but there are a few women who are extremely exceptional in the European region this year. I know a lot of people are loving Poland this year, and I especially love France from Europe this year. I feel like April is extremely beautiful and extremely deserving of representing France at Miss World. But other than that, I am absolutely in love with Ireland. Oh my gosh, this woman is so adorable. She's such an intelligent speaker. She has the most beautiful accent. And not only Ireland, but I also like England a lot. I feel like England also has a great, head on her shoulders. And she's also a Beauty with a Purpose winner, so I definitely appreciate her philanthropic side as well. Moving on to Asia, it's a bloodbath as usual. Most of these contestants have come to kill as usual, and by far Asia has most of my favorite contestants, but I only will mention a few just in the interest of saving time. Definitely one of my first favorites from Asia is Malaysia. Then we also have the Philippines, who is an incredible woman, and then we have, of course, India, who is a lot of people's favorites. Of course, having won Miss Universe 2021, I know a lot of Indians are hoping for this Miss Universe, Miss World type of thing that they have in India. If you guys didn't know, in 1994, India won both Miss World and Miss Universe. In 2000, the same happened, and I know a lot of people are hoping that in 2021, India will hold both crowns again, and I definitely think that Manasa is more than capable of doing that for India. Then we also have from Asia, Nepal. A lot of people adore Nepal. She made the top 40 of course through the head-to-head challenge, which is extremely impressive. And lastly, from the Caribbean, there are only 4 contestants from the Caribbean, and I know that the Miss World organization usually crowns Miss World Oceania as well, which is like Australia, region. But there are no contestants from Oceania this year, so I don't know how they're going to crown a continental queen of beauty from Oceania this year. There is no contestant from Oceania this year to crown. But from the Caribbean, there are a few contestants, 4 to be exact, and my favorite of them is Puerto Rico. I do think that eventually Puerto Rico will end up in the top 12. Not only because they are the hosting country this year, and I feel like at this point, listen, I don't wanna start something, but I feel like it is sort of courtesy if a country is hosting for them to, for their contestant to see the spotlight a bit. But I do think that Puerto Rico's contestant this year will be deserving if she does make top 5, or no, top 12, but top 5 as well. Just because she is the only contestant from Caribbean who I actually see as the strongest contestant from that region, if you guys know what I mean. Okay, so now that we've gone through all of my faves from all of the regions, let me take you through my top 12. So at number 12, I have Cameroon. Cameroon, of course, is one of the African countries. She got first runner-up at the top model competition, but I also enjoyed her in those initial stages of head-to-head. At At number 11, I have Nepal. Nepal, of course, made it through because of the head-to-head challenge. She's very impressive and definitely would be deserving of top 12. At number 10, I have my neighboring country, Botswana. Like I've mentioned before, very intelligent woman, very intelligent speaker, definitely deserving. At number 9, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, I have Cote d'Ivoire, or the Ivory Coast. I know that she has been a very strong contestant. She made it through with top model, head to head, and freaking she won the multimedia award as well. But like I said, I had to make certain sacrifices in service of the top 5, which will most likely be regional. Please just know that if we didn't have a regional top 5, or if it wasn't like 99% certain that there was going to be a regional top 5, my top 5 or this list as a whole would look very different. At number 8, and this one hurts a bit, I have the Philippines. Listen, I adore Tracy. You guys know this, but I had to exclude her from top 5 because, like I said, there can only be one Asian country in top 5. Oh, if it wasn't for this regional thing, the Philippines would definitely be in my top 5. At number 7, I have Mexico. Like I said before, Mexico has been doing so well at the fast track competitions. She won sports and made it through with sports, but she was a finalist in a lot of the fast track competitions. At number 6, this one also hurts. I have Venezuela. Venezuela would definitely, I think I would have put her in my top 5 if it wasn't for this regional thing. I think she's definitely one of the more incredible contestants at Miss World this year. Stepping into my top 5 now, representing Europe, I put Ireland. I think Ireland's definitely one of my favorite contestants from Europe this year, and she would definitely be very worthy of top 12 and even top 5. At number 4, representing the Caribbean, I have Puerto Rico. Like I said before, Puerto Rico may be the home or the host country of Miss World this year, but I definitely think that she's deserving of top 12, and just because in my view she is the strongest contestant from the Caribbean, although there are only 4, I do think that that will earn her a spot in the top 5 at Miss World. At number 3, I have the United States, Sri Sienna. Now for me, you guys know, it was definitely between Venezuela and the United States, and I ended up going for the United States. Although I do love and respect these women equally, I do feel like Sri's philanthropy and charitability will speak to the Miss World organization. She's gone through so much. If you guys watched my video on Sri and whether or not she will win Miss World this year, you guys know that she's gone through a lot, and I feel like she definitely has the life experience to possibly do extremely well at Miss World this year, which is why I placed her in my top 5 representing the Americas. At number 2, and this was extremely difficult, and this woman may well take the crown. And let me just say that if anybody in my top 12 took the crown, I would be more than happy. I would be more than sufficiently entertained, and I would not say a word, because to me all of these women are equally incredible. Even making this list was so hard, especially with this freaking wrench put into my plans with the regional top 5 and all of that. But as my first runner-up, I have India. Okay, listen, yeah, I love Manasa. No, stop typing. Stop. No, just listen what I have to say. I love Manasa a lot, but to me, I had to go with my gut feeling. She's my first runner-up right now. If she won, however, I would rejoice and be very happy, because I have made an entire video on this woman. I have researched this woman. I have seen what other people see in her, and I can see why she's your favorite, if indeed she is. But to me, right now, she is my first runner-up, and if she does win, I would congratulate her with all my heart, and the same goes for any other woman on this list. Now, and I know how this is going to look because I am South African. My Miss World 2021 is Shulufatso Musido from South Africa. Let me tell you why. She's had by far some of the most time to prepare for this. She has been crowned Miss South Africa since October 2020. It's been like what? It's been like 16 months, okay? She has had the most time to prepare. This woman is going to come prepared. She was one of the best speakers even at Miss South Africa. She will blow the judges away. Her beauty with a purpose, her philanthropy, her charitability speaks for itself. She won the Beauty with a Purpose award alongside 5 other incredible women. I think definitely that Shulufatso is what the Miss World organization is looking for this year. But I might be wrong, and if I am, honestly, I'm not mad because there are so many incredible women at Miss World this year. Whoever is crowned is going to be more than deserving. Let me know what you guys think. I am so excited for Miss World 2021. I cannot wait to change this picture. We're going to have a new queen soon. Au revoir, Toni Ann. It's been lovely having you, but we're ready for someone new. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
But also, if there is no regional top 5 at Miss World this year, do not fear, I have an alternative list for that. If by some stretch of the imagination I was wrong and received faulty information about this regional top 5 business, my list would look like this. At number 12, I have Cameroon, 11, Nepal, 10, Puerto Rico, 9, Ireland, 8, Botswana, 7, Mexico, 6, Cote d'Ivoire, 5, Venezuela, 4, United States, 3, the Philippines, 2, India, and 1, still South Africa.